What's up, guys? Zanbono here, and we are finally back with Week 4 of our fantasy franchise. And if you remember from last week, Jamal Charles did get injured in our game where he went off and had almost 200 yards. And as you can see here, that injury is going to set him out for about 3 weeks, which is pretty unfortunate. He had a shoulder tear, which you would expect would actually be more significant than it really was. But because of that, we decided to go out and sign a new running back, so I got Keith Marshall. I have Justin Forsett as well, and you'll see towards the beginning of the game I make a change at running back. Justin Forsett doesn't really have the explosiveness or the speed I would really want at running back. He's not really exciting to watch, and I figured I'd give you guys something a little bit more exciting in Keith Marshall, who has, I believe, 94 speed. But I actually thought this little intro video was cool. I've skipped it every time before this, so I decided to actually sit through and watch it, and I thought it was kind of interesting, so I decided to keep it in this week. But this is the Thursday night football game, the Miami Dolphins, which is our team, obviously, against the Cincinnati Bengals, and our turnover differential is -3. Might need to work on that. But the interesting thing about this game is I'm actually from Indiana, and Cincinnati is about 2 hours away from where I am, and as a Dolphins fan, I think I'm actually going to try and go to this game this year. My girlfriend's never been to a sporting event, and I'm going to try and take her to this specific game where the Dolphins play the Bengals this year, so I'm pretty excited about that. But on to the gameplay. On the very first play of the game, I was able to generate a sack there with Michael Bennett. So I've complained in weeks past about how I was not able to get to the quarterback, but here on the first play of the game, I was finally able to get some pressure, get to the quarterback, and get him down for a loss of 7 yards. So that's a pretty good start. Now here on the second play, we are going to get through the line again, and we're going to generate a fumble, but we were not able to recover it. The Bengals did hold on to the ball, but we have them right where we want them. They're on 3rd and 17 to set up this first drive. I like that little thing where it popped up and said Thursday primetime. It does that a lot. But we ended up stopping them on the 3rd down, and we're going to get the ball back. So there was a little graphic for Trevon Boykin, our temporary starting quarterback, until Johnny Manziel is back. This is probably the only play of the game I'll use Justin Forsett. Or that's not true, not the only play, but that was the play where I decided to sub him out. And then I'm going to be bringing in the new running back. So we're going to dump it off here short to Josh Doxson. Now, in this game, you're going to notice probably throughout this game, and you saw it on that play right there, I tried to do the little cutback juke. Last year, it was extremely successful, and I probably made hundreds of people get juked out of their shoes and gain a significant amount of yards. But in this game, it doesn't seem to be as effective as it was in last year's game. So I don't know what the problem is. I can't seem to juke people out and gain yardage from it. Right there on 4th down, I went for it. I made a bad decision, threw the ball right in front of the sticks and was too conservative and was not able to pick up the first, unfortunately. So Cincinnati gets the ball back in really good field position. So right here, Cincinnati has the ball on the 34-yard line, and it is 1st down. They're going to hand it off to Le'Veon Bell. I'm going to have some trouble with tackling Le'Veon Bell all game long. And something that is going to be a consistent theme in this game is me trying to use the hit stick tackle throughout the game and it not working very well, which is extremely frustrating. And the weird thing about the hit stick in this game is I feel like even when I do land my hit sticks, they're not very effective, which is really frustrating. Here on this very first kickoff, or field goal attempt, I'm sorry, I almost blocked the field goal, but I missed it by just a hair right there. They have Roberto Aguayo, the 2nd-round pick from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as their kicker, but I got super close to blocking that kick, which I haven't blocked a kick in years in Madden. So right there, I throw the ball deep over the field to Josh Doxson, my favorite rookie in the NFL, and I'm able to pick up a pretty good 1st down. So now I had originally called a curls route here, but I see they're running that press coverage, and I decided to audible it out to a slant route and dump it down to Julio Jones for a pretty good gain, which is going to bring us up on 2nd and short, and I'm running up a hurry-up offense here because I like what I saw from their defensive front. So I run a screen pass, and they sniff it out pretty easily and get me for a loss. So nothing working there because I wasn't able to set the block on the outside. Lining up here on 3rd and long, and I'm going to be running a play-action pass and looking for my tight end, Deion Sims, and he's able to pick up the 1st down. I'm not sure if he was actually down there. It said that he was, but he just kind of got up and kept running and probably could have scored a touchdown. I don't know, but they said I was down. Didn't look like it was to me. Dump it off to the running back there for a short gain, and nothing really happened there on 2nd down, so we're going to skip ahead to 3rd and 3. So we're trying to pick up the 1st down and move ourselves into the red zone. Get Sims right there over the middle of the field again, and we are now inside of the red zone. down 3-0, and it is first down. So we're handing off here to Keith Marshall, our fast new running back that we just signed off of a practice squad, and he brings us down to the 2-yard line. So you see he has 3 rushes for 19 yards. I love his explosiveness. He really adds something to the backfield, like I said, that Justin Forsett wouldn't have been able to add. On this play, as you notice, they got a pick, and they had hit me. The ball flew right up in the air. Defensive end was able to pick it off, and he ran it all the way back for a 98-yard pick six, which was pretty frustrating because now I was going to be down 10-0. 10-0, wow. 10-0. But as you'll notice, as you probably saw at the beginning of the play, there was a flag on the play, and luckily enough for us, it was on the defense, and that one's going to get called back, and we get another shot at this. So instead of it being 10-0, we're going to run right up the middle there with, I believe that was Justin Forsett, and we are going to make it a 7-3 game. So there is a big swing of points right there that just happened for us. So lucky for us, that was not a pick six. Cincinnati gets the ball back right here. Nothing really happened on first down, but they dump it back. And I told you, for some reason, when I try to do a hit stick in this game, I just have whiffed a lot. As you noticed probably there on that play, I just straight up missed. It's going to happen a lot, guys. They dumped down the ball right there on second down, second and long, and it is now 3rd and 6. So we're going to try and get some pass rush there off the edge with Michael Bennett, but nothing was happening. So they were able to dump the ball off to Le'Veon Bell right over the middle of the field. And there is an injury timeout on the field. It is Jay Cutler, their starting quarterback. So as you see here, on his first play is Christian Ponder coming in for the Bengals, and he's going to dump it off and get a completion on his very first play. Now, I'd rather play against Christian Ponder any day of the week than Jay Cutler, but I believe Jay Cutler ends up coming back in the game here shortly, so obviously the injury wasn't too serious, which, for some reason, we always seem to get the serious injuries, but never the other team. So, nice tackle there on the outside. I think that was Jonathan Joseph who forced the incomplete pass and made it 3rd and 5, keeping them outside of the red zone here towards the end of the first half. So, they're going to take the shotgun snap, and I believe Ponder is still in, and he throws a beautiful teardrop right there over the corner, and they ended up challenging that play and finding that he was indeed in bounds. But on the challenge review, to me, it looked like he was out of bounds, but I guess you can't really argue with a video game. So a quick throw there over the middle, and Christian Ponder has them down to the 4-yard line, and at this point, I'm wondering, how is Christian Ponder moving the football on me? Whatever. This is a weird play right here. Had he just kept running, he easily had a touchdown, but he tried to pull up at what looked like he was past the line of scrimmage and got sacked instead. So that was a pretty stupid play, pretty Christian Ponder-esque play. But then he's able to just dump the ball off there to Allen Hurns on the left side of the field on a slant route for the touchdown to take their team up 10-7 and take us into the second half. So we get the ball back to start the second half, and right away we're going to take Keith Marshall up the middle for a good chunk of yards, which is going to bring us to 3rd and 7 after a couple lost yards on second down. We're going to run a play action here on 3rd and 7 and throw it deep over the field to Julio Jones, who reels in the big catch. Like, again, guys, that's how we picked him in the first round. He's going to make plays that other people just simply cannot make. On this play, I was going to look for the double move out there on the left side to Julio Jones, but I see Josh Doxson's wide open over the middle of the field. I wish I had noticed it a split second earlier, and I probably could have gotten some yards after the catch, but it's okay because he was able to come up with the big first down and move the chains for us. So Justin Forsett right there was able to avoid a tackle and get a nice run to make it 3rd and short instead of 3rd and long. So here on 3rd and 2, we are just 2 yards outside of the red zone, and we're going to run a little dump-off pass on a mesh, but no one gets open, so I take Boykin and move him outside the pocket with his feet and pick up the first down. There's an injury timeout, and it is a Bengal down on the play and not Boykin. So on this play, I deliberately ran the ball because the last time one of my quarterbacks hurt somebody, which was Manziel when he trucked somebody, the next play Manziel got hurt. So I figured I might as well run it to make sure that we don't jinx ourselves again with Boykin. I tried to juke somebody. Again, it didn't work. Like I said earlier in the game, my juking has not been successful this year. But I was able to dump down the pass to Julio Jones, and he ran it in for the touchdown instead, taking us up 14-10 and giving us a lead here late in the 3rd quarter. So the Bengals have the ball back now. And it is 3rd and 6, so if we can hold them here, that is going to be huge for us, get us the ball back, and be able to go up by potentially double-digit points. They were able to dump the ball down, but we stopped them just short of the sticks. So Le'Veon Bell was not able to pick up the first with his feet, and that forced them to punt. On our first play here back on offense to finish out the third quarter, we're going to run a little bubble screen to Terrell Pryor, who is our slot receiver. He's like 6'5". That's like the perfect slot receiver to me. I know a lot of guys like the short, little, fast guys. I like having a guy that's a mismatch physically in the slot to the nickel corner. So I ran that bubble. The next play, I ran a fake bubble, which with a run right up the middle with Keith Marshall. And we ended up picking up the first down. So on this play, I was going to try and go look deep here, but nobody was open deep, so I dumped it down to Keith Marshall, and man, can he make moves with his feet. That's why we picked him up off the practice squad, and he is going to take that one for a 56-yard touchdown. Beautiful play right there. Great maneuvering and turning around the edge and just avoiding defenders and being able to take that one home for the touchdown and giving us a 21-10 lead, making this a much more comfortable lead in the fourth quarter. So now I believe Jay Cutler is back on the field, and he is moving the ball down pretty quickly on us with a big pass right there. It is 1st and 5 after a penalty, and the Cincinnati Bengals are getting close to the red zone. We almost got pressure there and forced a bad pass, but we weren't quite able to get to him in time, and he dumped the ball down to Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell, I believe they said, had 44 receiving yards, and he was able to pick up the first down after kind of a weird spin move where he fell backwards over the first down sticks. So Jay Cutler here, we knocked the ball out of his hand, but it kind of flew right up in the air like the pick six earlier that got called back did, and his lineman caught it, and they had a big loss and is now 2nd and 26. So we're going to try and stop them from getting a big gain here, but we are not able to do that as they pick up a huge amount of yards there on 2nd and 26. Mercedes Lewis comes up with a big play, and it is now 3rd and 3 when it should have been 3rd and much longer, and they are now in field goal range. So that's pretty frustrating when you give up a play like that, especially when the next play they go ahead and pick up the first down when they had absolutely zero reason to even be in this position to be able to score. So you have such a great play like that, and then you give up a couple bonehead plays. It's pretty frustrating. And Ndamukong Suh right there bust right through the offensive line, but a nice pickup block there by, I believe that was the guard or the fullback, and kicked him out and let Le'Veon Bell run straight left and get a nice chunk of yards to pick up a good gain and set them up for this play where they weren't quite able to get the touchdown pass as it was deflected, and we forced them to kick a field goal and make this game 21-13 with just under 2 minutes left on the clock. So they're not going to kick an onside kick here. They decided to kick it deep and give us the ball back, and they were going to try and use their timeouts to get the ball back themselves. But unfortunately for them, that plan did not work as Julio Jones is able to make a nice comeback route there and grab the ball, but unfortunately he went out of bounds. I would have liked for him to keep the clock running, but I was also trying to move down the field because they were still, had they got a 2-point conversion, only down by 1 score, and by throwing that pass right there, I believe that was a cover 2, and I was able to sniff it out and see that Jones was going to be able to make the catch in between the 2 zones of the safety and the corner. We were able to get a nice gain of yards and keep the clock running. Marshall again with a nice run after the catch there on the screenplay. This time it was not sniffed out and tackled in the backfield. He was able to catch it and just keep moving right away. So this sets us up for another big play where we're able to move the ball and move the sticks. We only have 2 incomplete passes on the game right now, so Boykin has just been balling all game long. And we've already scored on this play one time with the mesh, so I decided to line up and try it one more time, and Doxson gets us down to the 3-yard line, so weren't quite able to punch it in the end zone right there. But we are going to line up in our goal line formation, run my favorite play, the PA Power O, with the hot route of the tight end doing the drag, dump it off to Sims just before the pressure gets to us, score the touchdown, and pretty much put this game out of reach at 28 to 13 with 38 seconds left. I'm going to try and get some extra pressure here, but not quite able to bring it in, so they're going to complete the pass and move the sticks with 22 seconds left. Cutler is going to line up, and I guess right now they're just stat padding or trying to get some last-second points to make themselves feel better about this game. They get another first down. Again, it doesn't really matter at this point, so I'm just sending everyone deep on the last play of the game, just in case to try and prevent the touchdown. Cutler rears back, he launches pretty short of the end zone, and I get the interception, which ends the game and moves us on to 4-0. So our fantasy franchise is looking really good so far with this 4-0 record we have. I feel like we could be playing better, but with a 60, I believe now 65 overall quarterback after we've upgraded him a little bit, you couldn't really ask for much more. Julio Jones is balling like a first-round pick should. and everything is going just well. So week 5 should be up soon, guys. I'm going to be trying to record that tomorrow. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and if you like these kind of videos and want to see more of them, then feel free to subscribe. So until next time, guys, I'm Zanbono. Peace.